Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at Transformers Revenge of the Fallen at Deadlift, and I think he is a recolor of Revenge of the Fallen Dirt Boss, I think, or Dirt Boss is the recolor of Deadlift, but I don't know. But he's a little forklift, as his name suggests, Deadlift. Um, and I remember having Dirt Boss, but I also got Deadlift when I was younger, and I just really, really liked him because he's just so fun because he's a little forklift, and I think only the GoBots. I don't know his name. I don't know the GoBot's name, but really that's the only one that I can transforming toy that I can think of off the top of my head that transforms into a forklift. And I like his color scheme a bit better than uh, Dirt Boss's because I feel like the orange just fits instead of that neon green. I don't know. I just think it fits a bit better with the forklift aesthetic. And you can see I'm missing a piece from this open hinge. I think it covered up just all his what'll become his arms in the robot mode. I think it just covers up all that, but it's not too much of a detriment that I don't have that part, but just something to say. No real articulation. It can go up, it can tilt, but I guess the boom or the arms can't go up and down any. I guess you could unpeg the arms from the sides, but it splits all that apart, and I don't know, just it's not as cool, I guess you could say, as you would think, but I don't know. So, just gonna get into the transformation. So, gonna flip the legs down, and these little tabs are a little too tight in these slots, so when I go to clip them into the arms, they like spread apart and split this, and they just don't peg in as good, so I just somewhat leave them like that, just sort of floating, because these are the hips, and they're still fairly tight, so I don't worry too much about them coming undone if I were to like pick it up and stuff, but I don't know, that's just on my copy, and it'd probably help if I just like sanded those pegs down and like I think that's paint. Yeah, if I like sand down the paint on those little tabs, but I don't know. So now I'm just gonna split the front, split it like that, and then just gonna bring it halfway, so like this. Then gonna flip his little feet out, and there's a ball joint. No, it's on a double hinge, so you can have it back like that, or you can have it front like that, or you can position it however you want. I'm just gonna, I don't know, bring it out. So there are his legs all done, and now this piece, we're gonna flip that back. I don't know what it does, just sits there. So now you're gonna bring the sides back, and now you'll bring the arms around, and then you'll just straighten them out. The fists, they hinge with the boom pieces, so just flip those, just straighten everything out and bring it all around. And now you're gonna want to shift all this up. That'll shift his shoulders up and bring his head out. I like to leave the forks out like this, but I think they're probably supposed to be like this, like down, so he can use them as like swords and stuff, like I don't know, pike, I don't know. So that's really it with him for his transformation. And just straighten him out a little bit. So as you can see, that the sliding joint that brings the shoulders up and reveals the head, It started to grade quite a bit. Um, so you can just like it won't stay up all the way. It'll start to slump down, and it's just fairly easy for it to just start to slide down, and that's one of the disadvantages to sliding joints or like sliding rails. But overall, it's worked fairly well. Um, and I like him, and he is a scout class. He's not a deluxe or a legend. He's a scout. Um, don't have a core class next to me to compare him to, but this is so I think the scout class was one of the best size classes ever because they were big enough to where you could, get some like posing out of them. Obviously, his head doesn't swivel, but you could get some posing out of them and have fun like posing them and somewhat like playing around with them, like playing with them other than just like having their arms move like this. Um, they were big enough to where you could, they would scale with like a deluxe. Obviously, this is tracks, a new deluxe, but they could scale with a deluxe or something, scale with a deluxe or something bigger. But they were small enough to where you could still carry them around and take them with you, just like the concept of a Legends, and they had simplistic transformations to where they were fun and addictive to transform. Um, so, I and they had bigger ball joints, obviously, so they didn't pop off or like fall apart as easy. Like I wouldn't say fall apart, but it was easier for the Legends, what I found when I was younger, for the ball joints and the shoulders and the hips to just pop off because they're so small. They didn't have too much to grab onto. But these guys, the scouts, they were either hinge joints, like universal hinges, or bigger, stronger ball joints. So don't have to worry too much. And that's what I liked about the scout class, is that it was the best of both worlds. They were small enough and had the fun, addictive transformations of a Legends class or Legion class, and the size and somewhat articulation of a deluxe or bigger. Um, so, and he is no exception. I really like the just funny design of him. He shows that he transforms from a forklift. He's just like, hey, I'm a forklift. My name is Deadlift. I just think it's funny. And he's got fairly good articulation. He has a bicep swivel, knee swivel, and foot tilt or toe tilt or whatever. And then obviously hips, knees, elbows, shoulders, and all that. But I just like the scout class, and he is one of the best portrayals of that. He's just super fun. He has a fun, different transformation. I mean, alt mode, because he's a forklift. How many Transformers are forklifts? But I don't know. I just really like him. Like his color scheme a bit better than Dirt Boss's, and I don't know how much he goes for on like eBay and on the aftermarket, but since he was a scout class small, he's probably not too much. Don't quote me on that, but I'm just saying. But I really enjoy this guy, so that's basically it. So this is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Scout Class Deadlift, and that's it.